and they asked us now to go to the election officer. Please, he will throw more lights to it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Standing before you, I'm the Honorable Asola today.
Yes.
I am the presiding officer of this particular polling unit. The issue we had on the ground now is that we have uploaded results for Senate and House of Rep. The only where we have an issue now is for presidential results.
Give us the figure. Mention the figure.
For the presidential election. Wait. The total. Hello, sir. Hello, wait. Presidential.
Tomorrow night, you go find them.
Video. Hello.
For presidential, the number of total valid votes cast for all parties is 161. Okay. At Celeb bus stop, open space. For unit 080.
Good. Registered voters.
281 and 281.
Okay.
Why the accredited voter is 164.
Okay. Give us the result. Who is winning? The winning result.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The winning result for presidential is LP Labour Party with a score of 137. APC 21.
Okay. PDP.
ADC 1. ABGA 1. PDP 1.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription and God bless you. Shalom. Hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, God bless you. I bring you greetings in Jesus' name to all Nigerians who still believe that a new Nigeria is possible. By the grace of God, I bring you this message of hope, that we don't give up hope. There is one thing about life I have come to learn, that in as much as you have hope, hope serves as a propelling force. Hope serves as the reason why you want to keep on doing what you are doing, believing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So I want us to encourage ourselves, like the Bible will always say that David encouraged himself in the Lord. In the midst of seeming hopelessness, he chose not to be hopeless. He chose to trust in God. Now, yesterday I brought you a video report of the application by INEC seeking to stop Labour Party and the PDP from gaining access to the beavers machine that were used for the last presidential and National Assembly's elections. And, I've shown you a video of a woman here who was telling us how that the National Assembly results and that of the Senate, we are seamlessly and effortlessly uploaded. But that had to do with the presidential election, they were denied the opportunity of uploading. Yes, I'm coming with a point. Peter Obi had responded and told people where he will be today and why he must be in the court today. So he is in the court today, but I just have to lay this foundation for you to understand. Now, I will still play the video of that woman who was bold enough to declare that anywhere people will produce results or say they uploaded the presidential election to the INEC, whatever portal, that it was a coerce, it was a lie. Now, INEC seem to be, hiding something. They seem to be jittery. They seem to, have decided to actually scuttle justice, and the process is what they have initiated. So yesterday we saw two lawyers, one for Labour Party, one for PDP, and then the one that came to represent INEC, and they all are sound. But if you listen to the statement of the man that was representing INEC and his body language, it paints everything. It shows you that there is fire on the mountain, and you see their tails have been set on fire. So because of that incident, Peter Obi tweeted and I am reading from his verified Twitter handle. There is a result that I saw purportedly tweeted by Dati, but I chose not to use it in the past. But today I'm going to show you that result that is making rounds as saying being the authentic result of how things panned out in the last presidential election. So Peter Obi tweeted and said to his followers, "I am supposed to commence our Whistle Stop campaign for our various Labour Party governorship and state assembly candidates today. Initially, my trip was to take me to Nasarawa, Lagos, Enugu, Abia, Delta, Edo, Rivers, Plateau, Borno, etc. However, following INEC's refusal to allow our party to inspect the materials, including beavers, from the 25th February presidential elections, I am personally heading to the court today with our lawyers." Now, what it means here is that it's not just only the beavers that INEC are trying to withhold from these people. They are also trying to withhold other materials, as he said. However, following INEC's refusal to allow our party to inspect the materials, now beavers, including beavers in bracket. So it is beavers and other materials, maybe the voter slip and whatever that were used, in that election, including beavers from the 25th February presidential elections. I am personally heading to the court today with our lawyers. As we pursue due process and defer to the rule of law, I urge all the obedience in the various states to continue campaigning for our candidates, namely Gbadebo Rhodes Vivor in Lagos, Chijioke Delga in Enugu, Patrick Dakum in Plateau, Alex Oti in Abia, Ken Pella in Delta, Ibrahim Shelia in Borno, to name just a few. It is also imperative that obedience vote for candidates with competence, character, capacity, and compassion. I remain committed and will give more attention to our mission of retrieving our mandate. A new Nigeria is possible. P.O. Now, when you look at this, you understand how passionate Peter will be. You see, I listened to Peter when he was asked, how would he react if eventually the election was conducted and he loses, and whoever the winner would be, invited him or invites him to come and join him to form a government of national unity. Obi simply said that he was not looking for a job. All he wanted to do was serve. All he wanted to do was to, commit himself to the cause he believed. And what is that cause? That cause he believed in is the cause that Nigeria can be better. It's a cause that we can actually move away from the point where we are now to a better place.
My position in this whole exercise is not enshrined in desperation.
But you hope to be the president of Nigeria?
Yes.
And this is the passion. This is why every sane human being should and would be be able to align with this dream. It is a dream. It is a dream. You see, I'm not hiding it. Several people have come out to say God told them Atiku would win, Tinubu would win, Obi would win, the VP would be president. Now, all we want, actually, it is not particularly about Obi. It's not as if Obi is the embodiment of our salvation. Now, but we can see in Obi a semblance of the kind of a nation that we want to have. Sometimes when I remember the story that older people told me, I have a daddy who told me how that they grew up in Onitsha. He's from the West. He's a Yoruba man from Ekiti State, but he grew up. His grandfather, was born in Onitsha. His father was born in Onitsha. Himself, was born in Onitsha. To the point that the Obi of Onitsha wanted to confer a chieftaincy title on his father. Now, he told us how that in those days, whether you are an Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, Igbo, nobody cared to know where you came from. As long as you all are playmates, you can go to the house of Chukwuma, being an Aliu, or being a Musa. You go to the house of Chukwuma, and Chukwuma's mother had prepared a meal, lunch for Chukwuma, and maybe Chukwuma was not around, and you can just go in and take a portion from Chukwuma's meal and cover it up. And Chukwuma may, even as you are in Chukwuma's house, Chukwuma may be in your mother's place eating his own lunch. That was how close they were. They were that close that they played and danced children masquerade together. Nobody cared to know where you came from. But suddenly we have demons that have sauntered in the in the arena of power, and they have used tribes, ethnicity, religion, and what have you to divide the nation that hitherto would have been the best under the sun. You see, I make bold to tell people that the blessedness of God in Nigeria is capable enough of making Nigeria the richest country under the sun. But what have we? Nigeria today has become the poverty headquarters, poverty headquarters in the world.
Please, my people, make una listen to us. I am a presiding officer in my polling unit is 028 here in Abia State. All the election we did today, the presidential results is not going. And that was the first one we've been trying, but others are going. And we've been trying this for over 2 hours. To upload it.
We have used different internet.
And I have used different internets to see if I can upload this, but it's not going. It's not going at all.
Madam, you say it's presidential, it's not going.
Yes.
So the beavers of presidential going is not. Presidential is not connected.
The beavers of the presidential, the result is not. To upload the result is not going at all. Okay. But senatorial
and the House of Rep
is going. Yeah, it has been uploaded. But the presidential, no go area. And if anybody in this our polling unit that is telling you is going, I will quote that person very wrong.
Those guys are doing it offline.
They are doing it offline. So that people
offline.
can free them to go. It's not the way, please. I just say the truth. And the truth. Everybody is doing it. No.
What is the way forward now?
See, please, the way forward is that all of us will march to INEC office to go and ask them why.
Hold on.
Please. All of us will march down to the INEC office.
Where?
Over here. Abanot. When we march down, meet our SPOs. Meet our SPOs. Ask them what the problem is. Because the server is not going.
For presidential,
yes, only for presidential.
Rep and senator as well.
That the server is not going as well. There is an error in the server. The Senate and House of Rep. Yes. The Senate is going. But the presidential is not going. If anybody in this hour is
we are holding only this case here. There is other guys who are here. These guys need to bring their machine also. Because this is the only lady who is here and that is not fair. We have to bring these other guys, let them bring their own machine also.
Where are we?
Let people know the truth.
Here is Abia Police. Abia State, Nigeria.
Yes, that is what I want to.
Here is Abia.
You see, some persons may want to misconstrue why P2B wept. P2B is not power drunk. From his body language, he has not seen being in the in Aso Rock as a do or die thing. The man has completely and implicitly told us he came to serve. He came to lay an example that would put challenge and burden on others for us to know really that it is workable.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, and good morning for inviting me.
So let's start off with those comments from Senator Rabiu Kwakwanso, presidential flag bearer of the NNPP. He said several things, including the fact that the North will not vote for you, Peter Obi, that they would rather vote for a Northern candidate. He also talked about the fact that the Southeast has problems, in quotes, such that the North will not be voting for a person from the Southeast. What's your take on that?
Well, the comments from my respected elder brother, Kwankwaso, is the reason why we have 100 million Nigerians living in poverty. The reason why we have 18 million Nigerian children out of school. It is the reason why we have over 55% of Nigerians in under or unemployment ladder. It's the reason why we have all the problems, why Nigeria is insecure. Because rather than vote for competence, we will choose to vote for incompetence based on a primitive consideration of ethnicity and religion. Tell me, today you can't travel from Abuja to Kaduna by air, by road, by train. Is it because somebody from the Southeast is in charge? You can't travel from Abuja to Minna by road. Is it because somebody from the Southeast is in charge? Yesterday we had an attack by bandits on the presidential convoy in Katsina. Is it because the president from Southeast is in charge? Show me where you can buy food cheaper, you have uninterrupted electricity, or people are prospering in the north because northerners are in power, in the southwest because they're in power, and in the southeast. choosing to do in this country, we will consistently hire vehicle drivers to fly the Nigerian aeroplane instead of hiring qualified pilots. My commitment is let us campaign and deal with the issue of the problems of the country. There's a lot of problems besieging this country. If you don't know today, this country will soon default in their debt service. Now we'll be at a junk status. That's what should be preoccupying us now. So our schools, universities are shut down, and we're talking about who will vote for. Let's deal with the issues. This election will not be based on my turn. It will not be based on ethnicity. It will not be based on religion. It will be based on the Nigerian agenda to save this Nigeria. Nigeria is in coma. And you need a specialist. And that is what I'm offering. To save his life or he will die. It is not about whether this person. I'm appealing to people to vote to save Nigeria. And to save Nigeria is to hire the best. I don't want people to vote for me because I'm from the Southeast. I don't want people to vote for me because I'm from South-South, or I'm from Southwest, or Northwest, or Northeast, or North Central. I want them to vote for P2B because he's a Nigerian who is competent to start pulling Nigeria out of the mess it is today.
Now, let me give an example. In Anambra State, for instance, all the governors that have come and have gone have come and have wasted resources. A certain Ngige stole Obi's mandate. Now, just calm down. He stole Obi's mandate with connivance of his godfather at that time. They had an oath of what Ngige must be remitting to the godfather every month, I think 1 billion or whatever. Ngige signed it. They went to Shrine to even take the oath. But when Ngige got into power, he realized that it was not sustainable for him to be paying such amount of money to a man just somewhere. And so he revolted. Now, the pressure mounted on him. They schemed on how to remove him. That is why I think Anambra State was the first state that whose election, governorship election, are not held the same day with others because of what I'm telling you now. So Ngige, sort of a way to, win the people over to himself, he started performing. Ngige began to build roads. Now we were wondering, so this is possible. So this was possible. Ngige built so many roads. He marked many roads, old roads. In fact, he awarded contracts and they were performing. He stayed there for 3 years until he was Obi eventually won him in court. Now there was a time that he was kidnapped. Ngige was kidnapped by this godfather, or of a thing. He was kidnapped, and in fact there was a letter that he signed a blank letterhead, so that when he fails to perform, they will print it with his signature, alleging that he had resigned. And they did that. They did all manner of things. And eventually, Obi came and he got victory in the court for 3 years. And he ousted Ngige. And then from there, Obi performed excellently well. He owed no salary. He owed no pension. And so it became an eye-opener that these things are possible. Now, I wouldn't know how well his predecessor performed, but I think he performed woefully. So what I'm saying is that a victory for Peter Obi is a victory for Nigeria. It's a victory for all Nigerians. A victory for him is a victory for justice, for the rule of law. This is the nation that the president is not even listening to the Supreme Court. This is a nation that some big shots are bigger than the courts in the land. So they don't obey court. So I'm happy and I'm hopeful that this will lead us into the dawn that God has prepared for us. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Thank you so much and God bless you. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, from me to you, shalom. Don't forget to share. Please share and like. Thank you.